नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। आई एम JVN डॉक्टर रूपेश M. लिखार, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ क्रिया शारीर, फैकल्टी ऑफ आयुर्वेदिक साइंस, ज्योति विद्यापीठ, वुमेन्स यूनिवर्सिटी, जयपुर. Today we will discuss the first part of bone physiology. Begin with little introduction. Bone tissue forms most of the skeleton, the framework that supports and protects our organs and allows us to move. Bone is a strong, dynamic, ever-changing tissue. Throughout the life, it is continually being broken down and formed. According to Dorland Dictionary, bone is distinct piece of a osseous framework or skeleton of the body. It is also called as osseous tissue. It is the hard portion of the connective tissue which consists of an inorganic or mineral component and an organic component, that is the matrix and cells. The matrix is composed of collagen fibers and is impregnated with minerals, mainly calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate, thus imparting the quality of rigidity. Let's see gross structure of bone. Compact bone or cortical bone is made up of lamellae or layers which are arranged in the form of concentric rings that surround a narrow Haversian canal which is present at the center of each ring. The blood vessels and nerves from the periosteum penetrate the compact bone through perforating or Volkmann canals. The blood vessels and nerves of these canals connect with blood vessels and nerves of medullary cavity and those of central or Haversian canal. One Haversian canal and the lamellae around it constitute a Haversian system or osteon. The central canals run longitudinally through bone. Around the canal there are concentric lamellae or rings of hard calcified matrix. The area between osteons contains interstitial lamellae. They also have lacunae with osteocytes and canaliculi, but their lamellae are usually not connected to the osteon. In the structure, we can see osteon, which is the structural unit of bone and consists of central or Haversian canal and concentric lamellae. Also, we can see Volkmann canal, which connects blood vessels and nerves of Haversian canal, periosteum, and medullary cavity. Interstitial lamellae are present in between osteons. Contrast to compact bone, spongy bone does not contain true osteons. It consists of lamellae arranged in an irregular latticework of thin plates of bone called trabeculae. The spaces between the trabeculae of some bones are filled with red marrow, which produce blood cells. When we examine the structure of adult bone, we find that it is made up of layers or lamellae. This kind of bone is called lamellar bone. The lamellar appearance of bone depends mainly on the arrangement of collagen fibers. In contrast to mature bone, newly formed bone does not have lamellar structure. The bundles of collagen fibers run randomly and interlace with each other. Because of this, it is called woven bone. All newly formed bones are woven bone. It is later replaced by lamellar bone. Typical long bone consists of diaphysis, epiphysis, metaphysis, articular cartilage, periosteum, medullary or marrow cavity, and endosteum. Now, structure of short, irregular, and flat bones. Thin plates of periosteum covers compact bone on the outside, whereas endosteum covers spongy bone on the inside. Flat bone do not have diaphysis or epiphysis. It contains bone marrow between the trabeculae. Next, histology of bone tissue. Like other connective tissues, bone tissue contains an abundant matrix surrounding the cells. The matrix is about 25% water, 25% protein fibers, and 50% mineral salts. There are four types of cells in bone tissue. First, osteoprogenitor cells, second, osteoblast cells, third, osteocyte cells, and osteoclast. First is osteoprogenitor cells. Osteoprogenitor cells are unspecialized cells derived from mesenchyme. They undergo mitosis and develop into osteoblast. They are found in the periosteum, endosteum, and in the canals that contains blood vessels. Second is osteoblast. Osteoblasts are the cells that form bone, but they have lost the ability to divide by mitosis. They secrete collagen and other organic components needed to build bone tissue. The differentiation of osteoprogenitor cells into osteoblasts is accelerated by some hormones and some bone proteins called skeletal growth factors. The functions of osteoblasts are formation of bone matrix, calcification through the alkaline phosphatase enzyme, and synthesis of proteins. Third is osteocytes. Osteocytes are concerned with maintenance of bone. They are small, flattened, and round cells embedded in bone lacunae. They derive from mature osteoblasts. They help to maintain the bone as living tissue because of their metabolic activity and maintain the exchange of calcium between the bone and extracellular fluid. Fourth is osteoclast. Osteoclasts are concerned with bone resorption. Osteoclasts are giant phagocytic multinucleated cells found in the lacunae of bone matrix. They are derived from hematopoietic stem cells via monocytes. They are responsible for bone resorption during bone remodeling and responsible for synthesis and release of lysosomal enzymes necessary for bone resorption. The structure shows four types of bone cells: osteoprogenitor cell, osteoblast, osteocyte cells, and osteoclast. So here we end the first part of bone physiology, in which we study definition of bone tissue, gross structure of bone, and histology of bone tissue. In next session we will study functions of bone and physiology of bone formation. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University Jaipur. Hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention it in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.